Good morning. Hello. It is Jen with Jen D Beauty. Hello. How are you? It is 11 o'clock. It is time for the live Get Ready With Me. This is week 3 of the April Spring into Pastels series. If you are here, hop on, say hello. Let me know you are watching. A little bit of a smoother jump in this week. Technology. Thank you to my husband and my son and everybody that's helped me get this straight. I did plug in the proper camera today. Okay, so I have a fun mix of affordable and high-end makeup in front of me. Some of my favorites, some that I haven't used in a hot minute. So I wanted to jump in. Anybody that's watching, leave me a comment so I can know that the chat function is working. I'm already warm, grabbing a tissue. So what is on my face already? I recently picked up for the second time the Sephora retractable brow pencil. I have this in my brows. This is in the shade medium brown. I do have a little bit of my Imethod lip plumper on that I have been enjoying. I'm going to put on some primer. This is my current favorite. This is the Fenty Matte Primer. I'm going to put a little bit of this on, get going. Let me know if I'm in focus, if everything looks good. On my end, it looks like I'm good. I just love this primer. While we are priming, getting all the priming done, I'm going to throw a little bit of my Jason Wu eyeshadow primer on. I'm probably going to do my eyes first today, just in case of any fallout. I do enjoy this eyeshadow primer quite a bit. I like that it's bright. You do have to be careful not to use too much, which I probably did, but I'll just make sure that I check it before I go in with the eyeshadow. It can crease if you use too much of it, which is easy to do. So just take a tiny, tiny bit and you'll be shocked how far it goes. And Jason Wu, if you're not familiar, is a brand found at Target. He also has his own website. But I love ordering makeup from Target. And of course, going in there, they just revamped the whole makeup section there. Oh, hello. We got some people watching. Thank you very much. I'm going to throw some of my Becca and Smashbox Undereye corrector on. This has been shockingly one of my very favorite things that I just picked up in the Sephora spring sale. This really seems to make a difference. I don't know if it's the moisture or if it's a shade that I picked up. This is the shade Fair Light, but all of my concealers are looking fabulous with it. Hello, Joan. Hello, Sal. Let's see. I'm going to work on the eyes first, and I thought I would play a little bit more with this Dunkin' Donuts set that I got. This was the Boston Kreme, and if you haven't figured out from my top with the pastels, I'm going to go yellow. I want to use this yellow, and because this shade is a bit dark and this shade is shimmery, I think what I'll do is I'm going to use my new Colourpop bronzer that I got. Strangely enough, it didn't come in a pan. I didn't even know Colourpop sold products like that, but not paying attention, I got it. I'm going to use some of that bronzer as a transition shade. So this first brush I'm using is an Ulta Beauty eyeshadow brush. This came in a set. I think this came in a free makeup set. So I'm just going to map out my crease with this. And I'm just going to go right above the deepest area of my eye to sort of bring that area back because I want the lid to pop. This is the first time I'm using this bronzer. it seems nice. It is the shade Private Party. You know I love my cream bronzer from Colourpop's sister brand, Soul Body. And I've never tried the powder, but so far so good. I like it. Not sure I'm loving this brush. It's very small to hold on to. It's just a little bit awkward, but I think I can make it work. I mean, it's soft, which is nice. I'm working on expanding my brush collection and trying to find some less expensive brushes, because right now my very favorite, of course, are Rephr and Wayne Goss, which are not affordable. I like my BH, but of course the set that I have is no longer available. And now that they've been purchased by Makeup Revolution, if you didn't know that, BH Cosmetics was, they claimed bankruptcy, and we thought they were going to go out of business, which is a shame because it's one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. It was then announced that Makeup Revolution bought them, so I hope that the quality stays the same. I hope that some of the products that I love are going to stay. Here is my e.l.f. This is, hey Janelle, thanks for joining me. This is the e.l.f. No Budge shadow stick, and I'm going to use this as a base. You know I love to use it in my inner corner, but today I'm going to use it as a base for that yellow because I want that yellow to be really creamy, light, and pretty. So I'm going to put this on the eyes. I'll blend it out in a second, or at least tap it in maybe with my finger, and we're going to see how that yellow performs. This can be a little messy because we're just going to put a shadow on top of it. Just going to tap that in. Oh, look at that. I'm already switching brushes. Go back to the Ulta, going back to the ones that I am familiar with. And I'm just going back into that crease. Now I'm going to go into this pretty yellow shade in the Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm going to go in with a flat brush. This one is from a Nabla set. And I'm going to see how I can do this, packing this yellow on. I'm going to try to take my time, but if it doesn't show up as much as I would like it to, I'm going to use my finger. Because sometimes I think this yellow has a, I can't tell if this is a matte. Yeah, it's a matte. But sometimes they don't want to show up with the brush as well as they do with your finger. I think that looks pretty. Definitely pastel. But I love yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. Hopefully my sister Sharon will hop on. I always think of her when I see yellow, especially sunflowers. That's her favorite. Tell me what your favorite flower is. I don't love putting this on with a brush. I'm going to try it with my finger and see if that works out better. Janelle loves the spring colors. Awesome. I love spring colors as well, but I think I'm just a little brighter normally, but I can never be unhappy with yellow. That would be my favorite. Is it strong enough? Let's see. My favorite spring flower, or my favorite flower, is the, I love tulips. I remember I wanted tulips when I got married, and the florist talked me out of them. She told me that tulips would not do well in the heat. I'm grabbing this Makeup Revolution brush, which is funny. I was just saying, I've heard negative things about Makeup Revolution, and I haven't had a bad experience with their products. So there is that. Do we deepen up that outer corner a little bit? Maybe I'll try just a little bit of that brown shimmer. I can see people are, say those that know me are giggling, saying, you know, you can't not, Jen. You got to throw something dark in there. I'm going to try that shimmer, see what that looks like. So I love tulips, but she talked me into roses, and they did well. I had a red and ivory themed wedding. And then I love that Sal, I think all the boys wore like black and cream, but his cummerbund, or what was it? It wasn't a cummerbund, it was a vest, was like a chocolate. It was so pretty. Keeping this very light in the outer corner, and it is a shimmer. So I don't necessarily want it to go up into my crease, but it's nice for a little added definition. All right, this is a Units brush from, where is this from? This is from the Beautylish brand. I'm going to take that yellow and see what that looks like going underneath. Just for fun. It's probably not going to show very much, but I'm going to take that underneath, and then we'll probably deepen it with that darker brown, because we're going very yellow today. Trying to think. Is my mama still watching? What is your favorite spring flower? Tulips. I like the little, it always makes me happy. We have these little purple flowers that grow wild in our yard. My son will bring them to me every year, which I like. Taking that flat brush, I just cleaned it off, so it's actually a little bit damp. I'm going to take that shimmer shade, and I'm going to edge closer to my lash line with that, just for a little added dimension, because that yellow is a little stark under the eye. That looks nice, soft, pretty. I'm actually doing the little trick that I heard another creator talk about. She was saying that if you wanted to save your setting spray, that if you wanted to dampen your brush, just to use your makeup wipe that you have available. And that does seem to work pretty well. Okay, I'm going to step away from the eyes for a moment and get into foundation. I grabbed my Uoma Beauty by Sharon C foundation from Walmart. I love this brand. And I am going to, I had my little tray out, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to use this is my Beauty Blender puff that I use for my powder all the time on this side. But when I was looking at it, you're meant to use both sides. If you flip this over, on the other side is a smoother side that's meant for foundation. So I thought I'd try that today, because I've already washed it and it seemed to wash well. So this Uoma Beauty, I haven't tried the higher end Uoma Beauty that's sold at, I think, Sephora. But when the Walmart version came out, I tried it and I like it very much. This is in the shade Fair Lady, I think it's T6. It's a nice neutral mid-tone color. Let's cover up that friend. Let's see how the foundation does covering up that friend. So I'm just going to place, I guess I shouldn't call it a friend, huh? It's no friend to me. How old am I and I'm getting pimples? So if you're watching this live, I'd love for you to say hello to me. If you're watching it on replay, make sure, oh, hey, Brooke. Brooke's on. How are you? So I'm going to use this other side of the Beauty Blender, and I'm going to try, like, just patting it. I was watching Wayne Goss, and he just came out with a new foundation. And his comes with a, well, it doesn't come with it. He's selling a special puff along with it. And on one side is meant for your foundation, and on the other side is meant for your powder. And it just reminded me that I have this product that essentially does the same thing. So I'm going to try it out, and it seems to be blending out really well. I don't really like swiping. I am more of a patting, push it into the skin kind of person. I know it sounds strange, but I love the scent of this foundation. It smells very clean. And this is one of the foundations I own that I think would be really good for all skin types, not just us oily girls. If you are dry, I think you would like it too. I'm going to see if I can build it up just a little bit on this spot right here. And I have like a couple spots right there. Just gotta pat that in. All right. That'll do. That'll do. For concealer, I was shocked how much I am loving this Kat Von D. I shouldn't say Kat Von D. This is KVD because she is no longer associated with the brand. This is KVD, their Good Apple Concealer. And I love the shape of the wand. I can't remember if I used this last week, but I'm finding it. I can't seem to stop using it. I love it. It looks so nice. And at first I thought maybe it was the Becca that was making it look so nice, but I've used it without the Becca and I still love it. But I still think the Becca adds something. My under eyes are looking less crepey, less dry. I'm really appreciating both of these products. They are top shelf right now. And you need so little. Just remind yourself of things like that when you're concerned about spending more money on makeup. Like something like concealer is going to last you so long. So when you think of it that way, it's not so stressful of spending the money, especially when you really love the formula. I like that. Make sure it's all the way in. I am still using my Sigma and Taylor Win brushes that came with a concealer brush and a powder brush. I had them in the other room. I would love to have 2 sets, but not as of yet. So for now, the e.l.f. concealer brush will do. Tulip, yes, Tulip's colors are beautiful. I am going to set, and you know I've been loving this Wet n Wild clarifying powder. This is their Barefocus clarifying finishing powder. But I was concerned that the shade that I got, the light medium, was darkening my face. So I actually jumped on Ulta and picked up a lighter shade. So I'm going to set with this one. This is in Fair Light. So this is the first time I'm using this one. I hope that it is not too light, or if it initially looks too light, that it does darken. Wet n Wild's not always easy to open. So I'm going to take this Beauty Blender puff, turn it around, and now I'm back on the powder side. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the fluffier side and just set. I love the way this powder blurs. And mattifies. I was going to put a little more concealer on my friend, or my enemy, I should say, but I forgot. We are real. But Janelle, I know you and I were talking about that, and usually a concealer on there would work. This Good Apple is so damn good. Let me see if I can. I'm going to put a tiny bit on there and then wait a minute and then blend it in with the e.l.f. sponge and see how that, or the e.l.f. Concealer blender. So what are you guys watching on TV right now? I was just downstairs this morning watching The Godfather. Exciting, right? Nice, happy thoughts. Okay, for liner, I have this new Believe Beauty one that I just got in Caviar. I struggled getting it on my eye the first time that I used it, but I think it was the shadows. But if I remember correctly, it went on my waterline very nicely. So that is what I'm going to use on my waterline. Just going to put some of that on there. Very nice. I am, look at me, I go back from eyes to face to eyes to face. Do you finish one whole thing before you move on to the other, or do you jump around like me? I just went right back to the eyes, and I might as well continue with the eyes. I'm going to go in with my Inglot liner, my very favorite gel liner, and I'm going to do a small wing because I can't help myself, and I think it really elongates the eyes. Let me know if I go out of focus here. But this is a very small Sigma brush, and I'm just going to do a little baby wing and then take it about halfway over the eye. Not all the way. Am I in focus? Hello, Stephanie. I'm going to go up here. Thanks for jumping on. So there, just, it doesn't make the eye look too heavy. And the gel liner is just so easy. Imethod on Amazon just sent me their stamp liner that I've been playing with. I'll be doing probably the next video I do. I'll be using that. That one is pretty good, except for the time that I did it backwards. So my wing was backwards, but it's a stamp liner, and I like it. All right, so simple wing going on there. Might as well continue with some mascara. This is my Rare Beauty mascara. I have a lot of mascaras that I enjoy, but this one is new, and it's always fun to play with new mascaras. So I'm going to put this one on. I think it is fabulous. This is my exception. I am normally a drugstore mascara kind of gal, but this one is really nice. Let's see if I can keep it off my lid. But it's not that difficult to clean up if you do that. You just got to let it dry and then use your spoolie to flake it off. But do you see that length? It's crazy length. And then when I go in for a second coat, we'll get lots of volume. If I didn't mention it already, I did curl my lashes right before I came on, so hopefully that curl is still there, because I had intentions of curling them again and forgot. Haha. So, how's everyone's spring break going? I have, fortunately, my husband downstairs watching the monkey, watching my Luke. Daniel is in the bedroom next to me. Maybe he's watching. We shall see. Aw, hey, Abby. Hey, Kira. I got some teenagers watching this old lady. Speaking of old lady, haha, if you all enjoy these live type videos, going in for the second coat now, I have been collaborating with another YouTube channel here called Makeup Over 40. And if you would like to see more content, I do videos over on that channel once a week as well. And I'm doing another live tonight at 6 o'clock on that channel. I will post the link in the description box. But if you just do a search for Jen D Beauty or you search for Makeup Over 40, you'll probably see my face. So if you want to see another live at 6 o'clock tonight, getting ready for a date night, then come join me over there. I would love to have you. I am working with someone over there, and I figure it doesn't hurt to be in a couple different places. But yeah, look at that. Look at that mascara. It is beautiful. I don't mind a little bit of spider lashes going on. I like them full. I like them long. I want all the things. And this mascara is a reasonable price at Sephora. I think it's only $20. I mean, shoot, you're spending $15 at the drugstore now for different mascaras. Let me know if you've tried this one, because I do like it a lot and recommend it. It's hard to not keep going, because sometimes you can just get them longer and longer and thicker and thicker. All right. How's that look? You liking the mascara? I'm going to take my little card thing. This is my card from Boxycharm. Have you seen that video? It was a pretty good box this month. I liked it. A nice rosy toned palette, which is not my jam, but I think I created a nice look with it. So I'm pushing down with my lashes, I'm pushing up with my fingers and down with my lashes. And when you do that and hold, it's going to push those lashes up and make them look even longer. Sometimes your fingers get dirty. That's okay. That's why you have a makeup wipe in your lap. But very pretty, don't you think? I'm going to wait to do the bottom lashes because I might throw a little more shadow under there. I don't know if I have enough color under there. So I'm going to go back into this Colourpop bronzer. This was, like I said, the shade Private Party, and I want to bronze up this face. Did I move the mirror? I did. And I told you she was sweating. Love the hormones. All right, Colourpop. It's a pretty bronzer. First time using it, except on my eyes 10 minutes ago. So, Stephanie, are you at the beach right now? Am I being shown at the beach, or are you guys in the car? So, thank you. Where Stephanie is in Florida right now. Who else is looking? There's Abby. Hello. Hey, Abby. Hello, gorgeous to you. I am in Delaware. Tell me where you are. Don't let me forget to check my lids. I think I got a little bit of mascara on my lids. But that is pretty. Now, I just saw a trick on a channel where they put the bronzer on their ring finger and then they slid it on their nose to contour, but they did it with liquid. It seemed to work with the powder. I'm not the expert nose contour girl, but I see something going on there. That looks nice. For blush, what did I grab for blush today? Ooh, LYS. LYS, love this brand at Sephora, another reasonably priced brand at Sephora. I got a new blush color from them that I'm going to play with. But before I do that, I want to throw a little bit of highlight on. And oldie but goodie, I grabbed my Fenty Trophy Wife highlighter. I mean, look at that color. Is that not stunning? That is so beautiful. And it is a bright gold. So I'm going to go in light-handed with that. Ooh. You guys see that? Oh, wow. It's just so pretty. I almost wish I hadn't put mascara on because I could have put this. Maybe I'll use a little bit of this in the inner corner. Little trick for inner corner highlight. One thing that I like to do is when you have a matte on your eye, go into your inner corner with a shimmer. And if you have a shimmer on your lid, I'm talking about the lid, matte on the lid, go with the shimmer inner corner. Shimmer on the lid, go with a matte inner corner. So normally I have a shimmer on my lid, but today I have a matte. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Trophy Wife highlight here on a brush, and I'm going to use that to highlight my inner corner, just for providing contrast here. This will brighten it up. I have had this highlighter forever. And I love gold. Where's my sister? Is Cheryl on? I thought I saw Brookie. Yep, Brookie's there. Cheryl should be with her. Okay, so for the LYS, I have another shade. Where is my other shade? It's actually right here. This is Confident, which is a nice pinky, warm pink. And I picked up a new shade during the sale. And this one is called Kindness. Isn't that pretty? It's called Kindness, and it's a nice peachy shade. And I'm gonna go with my e.l.f. Putty Primer brush that Taylor Wynn recommended. I mean, look how beautiful. That is a very pretty. When I first got it, I was worried that it was going to be too light or not show up, but it absolutely is not. And I actually just started talking to LYS in the background, and they gave me a discount code. I believe it's LYS Gen D. I will make sure that I link it below, but I think it's 10% off your order. So that is nice. 10% or 20%, I'm not sure, but I do highly recommend LYS products, and I'm looking forward to trying more of them. I'm going to wipe off this lip plumper. They have a night version and a day version, and I've only been using the day version. I need to start using the night version. I'm going to go in with my favorite lip liner pencil, which is the Morphe Sweet Tea. It's $5, and it's wonderful, and it's a perfect shade of brown. It's a nice nude brown. I feel like brown sounds scary. It's not. Especially if you like to overline your lips a little bit. Colourpop and Morphe, that's where it's at for inexpensive lip pencils. I have to get quiet. All right, not sure how great line I did here on those lips. So Godfather, has everybody here seen that movie 1 and 2? I've never seen 3. For lips, I have, this is the MAC, I believe it's their matte formula in the shade Yash, and I love this. It's a beautiful nude color. I don't think it's a retro matte because it's not super dry, but I do think it's matte. I love the smell of a MAC lipstick. It's kind of sweet. Very pretty. I think I'm going to take my little beauty blender puff and blend out these edges. Make sure that concealer is sunk in. Did I lose a little bit of that highlight? I think I did. Putting the blush on top. We're just going to go back over that just a tiny bit. I want to be able to see that gold. And now for that bottom lash line. We are almost done. I'm going to go back into this Boston Kreme from e.l.f. and Dunkin' Donuts. I'm going to go back into this Nabla, and I'm going to just dust that darkest matte brown underneath, because I think, and it's above that yellow because I don't want to lose that little tinge of yellow, just for a little added dimension under the eye. I like that. That's better. And I'm just in love with this mascara. And there's a hair on my mouth. Should I put, I'm wondering if I should put, I think I'm going to put a little bit of white in my waterline. Let's see how I do with this. Make sure that that liner hasn't transferred down too much, but I'm going to grab a Q-tip, hey, and I'm going to make sure that it's clean in there, no liner. And then I'm going to take this No Budge shadow stick, and I'm going to put a little bit of this in the waterline. Wow, that really makes the eyes look bigger, makes the eyes look brighter. Do you see the difference? I like that. I'm going to go back in with that Nabla brush right underneath again. Blend out that white, put a little bit more of that brown in there. All right, and now we are ready for the bottom lash mascara. I have not had smudging with this mascara, but most of them do. On the day-to-day, if I'm being honest, I use a tubing mascara on the bottom. Right now, I still like the Blink tubing, but I've heard good things about Thrive. I don't know. For me, if a mascara is going to run, it's going to be on the bottom lash line. And it's probably because I don't put a lot of powder under my eyes, because I get very dry looking under there. Which is weird. I fight the oils everywhere else, and then under my eyes they get dry. Why is that? I can hear my teenager. Hopefully you cannot. All right, let me get my little card. I do have multiple fans that I always forget to bring in here. There's Brooke. Hi, everybody. Make sure if you watch us on replay that you comment so that I know that you were here. And I'll remember to put all of the products that I used in the description box. I'm going to blot this lipstick, which it really does stay on well. I want to check the lids for any mascara. They look good. While I'm in there, let's just make sure that that shimmer blends in with the matte. All right. And last week I tried a new Colourpop palette that was honestly a little bit disappointing. I was hoping that it would have more pop than it did, but it was a set that came with these glosses. And I think I used the lighter one last week. This is, I can't read these, but they are the So Classy lip glosses from Colourpop, and I loved it last week. So I used the lighter one this week. I'm going to use the darker one. And this one is just a pretty gold. Found that hair. Lovely. All right. I think I like the other shade better, but it is pretty. I like it. And we need to set the brows. I'm going to grab my e.l.f. brow lift out here because I had those brows done, but I wait to set the brows until I'm done with all my powders. So you just bend a little spoolie, tap it in there, and then those brows will be held for the day. I do like mine to be on the fluffy side, so I go up with them. Definitely a product I would repurchase. It is fantastic. And then when I'm done, I just sort of wipe the yuckies off that brush so that it doesn't get gunked up. And obviously make sure you cover this. I don't know if it's something that would dry out or not, but I do recommend. Make sure the powder is all right. I think the complexion looks good. I think it looks healthy. I think it looks glowy. Tell me what you think. I'm going to go ahead and set with this Benefit Porefessional. I have been enjoying this. This I got from Ulta in their 21 days sale. It was 50% off. It smells good. The mister is so soft. I think it's the softest mister I've ever used. But anything that says that it's pore smoothing and makeup setting, of course, an added bonus would be if it mattified, but I'll take 2 out of 3. I really like it. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I have no idea how long I've been on. 40 minutes. That's not bad at all. I've seen lives that go on for 2 hours. What are they talking about? You guys need to talk to me some more, though. I would love to answer more questions and comments and talk to you. Let me know if you can make it to the Makeup Over 40 live. Then I'm going to do it 6 p.m. Getting ready for date night. I'm going to wash all this off and start all over and probably do something smoky because I love these light eye looks, but I've been craving that smoky outer corner that is my comfort zone. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to have you join me. Let me know if you're enjoying these lives. I'm going to continue with the lives on Wednesdays through April. Is there only one more Wednesday in April? I think so. And then I may just do a live once a month, every other week. Let me know what you would like to see. But I do upload videos 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way it will let you know when I have uploaded. Of course, give me a thumbs up if you had fun watching today. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you just had fun laughing at me, figuring out the technology and pulling hair off my mouth. I do have cats. So anyway, I will see you in my next video. Have a fabulous day.